Hey Alex, sorry about that, man. I owe you an apology. I looked back at my calendar. What happened was I set a calendar time for us for the lesson, and then of course at the time when it was, we had one of those terrible rainstorms we've been happening over the past couple weeks here, and it got totally washed out. So I failed to shoot the video for you. So I'm gonna do it right now. Apologies again on the delayedness. So I remember us spending a lot of time in the bunker as we first got started last time. And the first thing to think about is just our mindset getting into the bunker, especially for someone like yourself who's still kind of learning to play the game. A good goal for the bunker is out. That is like our main number one goal. And this is the easiest way to do it, okay? So as we get set up in the bunker, remember we're gonna get our feet a good bit of width apart, okay? And then we're gonna feel that ball in terms of the relation of our body. We normally have it in the middle of our stance, right? We actually wanna have the ball forward of that position, right? So closer in line with our left foot. That allows us, as we open the club face and kind of get that set in behind here, to allow that club to slide underneath in the sand. Remember, when we're in the bunker, we are not trying to hit the ball. We are trying to hit the sand slightly underneath it and splash that sand on the green and allow that ball to come with it, okay? So those are a couple things we need to do. Get our feet a little further apart, ball nice and forward in our stance. A good, probably full, maybe half to 3/4 swing for you will generally deliver the ball out. Splash that sand out of the bunker and send that ball up on the green. You know, we're not going to get it every time. The last key that I haven't talked about yet, as we have that ball nice and forward, we're also going to get just a little bit of an extra lean in our front foot. So probably about 60% of our weight there and 40 back. Splash that sand underneath and get it out on the green. Okay. The other things we talked about here were talked a little bit about hitting some good fairway woods, right? So for a guy like yourself, again, we know that we're not always going to hit great tee shots, so sometimes you'll be in the fairway and have, you know, a longer shot into the green when we need our long fairway woods. The most important thing for these clubs here is that we need to be fairly precise with how we hit the ground, right? If I recall for you, you had a tendency to either hit it a little bit chunky or kind of top those, right? So we need to make sure that we're hitting the ground in the right spot. So I think something we talked about was allowing that club to kind of bottom out, meaning get just the back side of that club to hit the ground and then continue on through up. And the other thing that's really important with these fairway woods is to have good patience with them, right? That swing is pretty long. It takes a little bit to make sure that we can make a good, patient, long swing and brush that grass on the way through. Contact is the most important part here, okay? And then we'll address some of the things that we talked about with putting. So actually, you didn't have the worst idea with putting. I think conceptually you were doing pretty okay with it. The couple things that I wanted to impress upon you was not to use kind of a hit on that ball, right? The tendency for most people as they get on the putting green is to really kind of hit the ball rather than allow that putt to be stroked, right? So the cheesy way that I teach kids, right, is to kind of build their body into kind of a grandfather clock, right? So we're trying to build a nice stable base with our feet about shoulder width apart, you know, and allow our arms to kind of hang as though this is like the pendulum inside that grandfather clock, right? So when we set our arms up here, our arms are going to be the thing that's going to allow that club to kind of turn back and through, not with a whole lot of speeding up or jabbing at that ball. We're going to control the distance in which we're hitting our putts by how far do we take that club back. So for a small one, it's only going to go back that far, right? For a longer putt, we're going to allow that putter to extend and go back and through, but it's still going to maintain that good flow, not a big speeding up of that putter or anything. We're going to let it kind of swing back and through much more smoothly. So hopefully that covers the ground that we covered. Feel free to always text me any questions that you have, Alex, or anything that I can help address for you. And, you know, apologies again on the delay in getting that to you. So hope you're doing well, man. Talk to you soon.